Last summer, Square Enix announced the formation of a brand new development studio known as Tokyo RPG Factory. Now we've got their very first title, I Am Setsuna. So, is it worth it? Let's find out. I Am Setsuna is, above all else, a modest game. Its environments are sparse and snow-covered, most of its music comes from a single piano, and the campaign is only slightly above 20 hours. In short, it's lean. Absent are the pageantries and prolonged dramas that are regularly featured in modern Japanese role-playing games. Fortunately, this leaves the essence of the genre intact, highlighting the best elements by avoiding non-essential clutter. Complemented by its strategic battle system and streamlined party customization, I Am Setsuna is an accessible and exciting adventure. Humanity is at a breaking point. For thousands of years, dangerous monsters have viciously invaded and destroyed numerous villages and small towns. In an effort to lessen the devastation, human sacrifices willfully end their lives in the mysterious Lost Kingdom. Players take the role of Ender, a top-class mercenary tasked with killing the sacrifice before she reaches her final destination. But his plans are changed when he meets the kind-hearted Setsuna, opting instead to aid her in the traditional journey, with many more heroes joining them along the way. I Am Setsuna's story doesn't stray far away from the usual fantasy tropes, but this allows the focus to remain on the entertaining cast of characters. Veteran swordsmen, wandering mages, and vengeful queens amusingly quarrel and contradict each other before joining forces against dark beasts. Each are a product of their unique environment, whose history and current circumstances are just as thoughtfully fleshed out. While the main plot is about the journey, the overall narrative explores the fragile psyche of a devastated civilization and the disturbing lengths it will go to survive. This is contrasted by the optimistic and peaceful nature of Setsuna, whose pacifistic ideology unites an unrelated band of misfits towards a common goal. Sadly, the story doesn't always deliver on satisfying conclusions or explanations, with some of the most memorable subplots left unresolved. Dialogue options for Ender appear periodically, but the results are inconsequential. Despite these small disappointments and more than a few overly convenient events, I Am Setsuna's well-paced narrative remains enchanting and engaging until its very end. Its success is largely due to its steady momentum, and that philosophy is carried over to the sublime combat system. Battles occur in active time, meaning allies and enemies are free to perform a turn once their SP bar is filled. But patience is rewarded. By waiting after an action is unlocked, players can activate a bonus gauge. Once filled, a quickly timed press of the square button enhances an attack, with higher damage and multiple hits. This is expanded into the Spirit Knight system, items that function as magic defenses, supports, and attacks in battle. Frequent use of Spirit Knights grants them extra abilities, such as auto-reviving party members from death and sharing bonus defense with allies. Yes, it gets more complicated from there, but never at the expense of the casual player. I Am Setsuna is centered around a brilliant gameplay loop. Defeated monsters drop material, material is sold to unlock more Spirit Knights, and the money gained can purchase more items and weapons. There's always a new ability to gain, a method to perfect, and a weapon to buy, all in preparation for the tense and challenging boss fights, where strategies are tested and small mistakes cost lives. Watching a gigantic foe explode into darkness after dozens of minutes is the reward for proper resource management and carefully selected actions. But it all starts with easily approachable mechanics, such as walking into a pack of enemies from behind to gain full SP bars, or knocking back an explosive opponent with a strong attack before it can detonate. I Am Setsuna carefully doles out its systems with tremendous success. It's unfortunate the same can't be said for the game's visuals. While the minimalist hero designs are charming in their own right, environments and backgrounds quickly repeat themselves. The wintry locations often recycle objects and character models, which is made more obvious due to the plain white surroundings. There are occasions where a difference in lighting or an overlaid visual effect help establish a mood, but these efforts only slightly obscure the underwhelming graphics. Thankfully, the presentation is salvaged by the game's approach to music. Outside of a few select songs, every melody is played on one piano. From calming explorations to intense boss fights, all are accompanied by a solo performance. Punchy victory tunes and playful ambient sonnets are so well composed, it's easy to forget the soundtrack's limited method. So, is it worth it? Yes. I Am Setsuna is, in many ways, a nostalgia piece, resisting complications and stripping the JRPG down to the core before plunging into a deep and rewarding combat system. Outside of a few brashly abandoned plot threads, the story retains the spirit of a classic fairy tale, with colorful characters and a foreboding atmosphere. No, it never reaches grandiose heights of fantasy lore, but that's intentional. I Am Setsuna is a success because it knows when to stop, where to focus, and exactly what it wants to be. I Am Setsuna is currently available on the PlayStation 4 and PC for $40. If you've had a chance to play it, let me know what you thought, and if you haven't, let me know if you plan on picking it up. My name is Colin Tanner, and I'll see you in the next video.